Most small business owners don't realize that you can use AI to save you roughly 10 hours a week easily. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to learn AI for small business marketing, even if you've never used it before. It still surprises me how many people actually say the same thing, that they never really understand AI can actually help small businesses. Now, what I want to do, I'll go over some of these common things that people view on this. So what you have to think of AI, and you have to break it right down to the very basics and stop overcomplicating things is the key thing here. But in most cases, consider AI to be another version of yourself, or potentially someone that can, a marketing assistant that can help you in different areas, or generally any other area of your business that you need help with. It can be a sounding board and an opportunity to kind of brainstorm ideas. I think one of the other key things here is, obviously we have the brainstorming with working with one another with AI, but it really levels the playing field. Now, for most business owners, what'll happen is funds are always going to be tight. Trying to understand or getting funds and having funds for everything is going to be tight. Potentially hiring extra people is going to be hard. I think AI has the opportunity here to help you from your own small business. Again, you don't have to, it doesn't cost you a small fortune. Small maybe investment, if any, is needed to get you set up and potentially take away some of the tasks that you would have on a daily basis that would actually obviously take a big amount of your time away from your core objective of your business. And I suppose the last thing is, what people need to focus on is using AI from time saving point of view and efficiency. A lot of people get bogged down with, when you see AI online anywhere at all, what ends up happening is it looks overcomplicated. It can take a massive amount of time to do anything, and people assume that you need to have a special degree or knowledge of code and things like that. You don't. So I think this is probably one of the key things that I wanted to just quickly discuss about that. And I suppose with that, it kind of leads me on to my next point here, where a lot of people fears and questions, I suppose, in relation to AI. Now, the common one is, I'm not tech savvy, I don't know how to use AI. And I think that is a major problem, because one of the key reasons for this is most channels, most videos you see out there, you have automation, you have a massive amount of things like that set up. However, what we're doing here is breaking it right down to the simplest form and getting it set up in such a way that you obviously understand exactly how to use AI. So with that, the tech savvy side of things, we have ChatGPT open here, you can see, and pretty much you can download this on your phone through the Play Store, or if you're on iPhone, you can download it. Obviously, we can just access it on websites, going to OpenAI, chatgpt.com, whichever one it is, and you can start with the very basics. Now, once you get into the dashboard, this is pretty much what you see. And from here, all it is text-based. Type in a question, get an answer. Type in any concerns, and pretty much you'll get feedback on it. So I'm going to be showing this in a few moments, but just before that, I suppose, another thing leads me on to it is expenses. A lot of people have a common fear with AI that it's going to cost them thousands. Yes, it will. However, at first, you don't need to. You can easily avoid all this major cost by just getting started on free plans. ChatGPT is an example, again, of a free plan you can use, or you can upgrade it to, I think it's $20 or €20 a month. And if we quickly jump over here, you can see it around €20 a month. Or you can increase it again if you have a bigger team involved. But from this scenario, I suppose you're just starting off early and starting off small, and it's €20 a month, and you're pretty much good to go then. There's no problems, there's no reasons to be not using it. Now that we've got that out of the way, what we're going to do is we're going to start small. We're going to do a step-by-step process here of how I would use it, again, if I'm learning AI, I'm looking to start off. With that in mind, what we want to do is we want to start with a simple task. And again, I'm assuming completely new to AI. Again, I'm looking for potential problems, and most common problem that most businesses will have is maintaining social medias. So what I want to do here is I want to try and see, can we work out an idea of content to obviously help us grow the business. So for this scenario, what I'm going to do is try and use the voice on it, so we can dictate into it, we can just talk, and it'll pretty much give us a breakdown of it. I run my own personal gym business. I'm currently in the process of trying to create some content for the next 7 days. The core idea of my content is to try and make people more aware of my gym and understand a bit more about the health and fitness industry. So can you create me 7 content posts that I can use on my Instagram account, Please vary these to be reels and carousel posts, and obviously general just posts, please. Here you have it. Within a few seconds, you can see here it's given us a general outline of a post. Now, one thing I really want to make sure you're aware of here is this is where 90% of people will use AI, and that's it. They finish it here. The key thing here is this is the start, and this is a step here for us. Now, what we are allowed here in this scenario to do is we can go from here to putting our own spin on things, putting our own experience, putting our own knowledge into this. Please don't just grab this text, go off, create your content and post it and consider it to be done, because what's going to happen is you're just going to look like the other 90% of people basically out there that are creating generic content. What you want to do is put your own spin on things, but the key here is we have a starting point. We know where we're going. So with that, you can see all the posts. We have day one reel. I'm not going to go through each one here, but again, it's giving us 7 days of content based on our overall our goals, our objectives of it. And again, it's much better than staring at an Excel sheet thinking, what am I going to create and what kind of information I'm going to cover. Again, it fits into it perfectly. Now, as I said, doing this, you're going to learn so much. So obviously, within a few minutes of doing this, you'll start to see patterns evolving here where you can potentially change it. Now, for me, all I see in this content is these. You'll see that 90% of content out there has these dashes in it. This tells you that it's pretty much AI written, and it's something that I obviously try to remove as much as I can. But the key again is it's a simple little thing, and only from when you're doing it will you actually learn if it's working or not working, and allows you to kind of move on and get much better on it. And I guarantee you, if you do this for the next couple of weeks, what will happen is you'll start to understand and learn how to implement different things. You'll understand, like I discuss a lot in my own groups, is that you can bring your content and you have more context coming into AI, which is going to give you much more valuable content. Okay, so onto this section, what I'm going to do now is quickly show you how you can actually use AI within your business. So for this instance, what I'm doing is I'm going to pretend I'm obviously running my own gym industry business, and what I'm doing is I'm looking for information and help obviously in maintaining my business and getting rid of these time consuming jobs that you would probably have in a daily basis. Now again, anyone in the fitness industry can probably relate to some of these. Obviously some I mightn't be 100% accurate on, because obviously I'm not in the gym industry. So with that, what we're going to do here first is what we wanted to do here is I have it hopefully preloaded with the information of what it knows, but the key here is all I'm going to do is get it to draft up a generic email for me that it can allow me to email, say, replies back to people. I want you to create a draft email that I will send to a potential client, again for my health and fitness, my gym. Pretty much I just want a generic draft reply that tells a bit of information about the gym. Again, you can make this up. So all I've done here is asked it to show the example in use. Now what we want to do here is we want a general email reply and get it ready. Again, what you would have is you'd have more information here to give it, but you can see here the information that's actually starting to create. And again, look, it's much more value, much more personal, I suppose, for the person that you're giving it to, and it gives you a starting point. And again, this takes away a lot of the common time constraints that you would have running your own business. Also, what I wanted to do here is I wanted to create some SMS messages. Obviously I want to send out as part of my members group or something like that. So again, I want you to give me 3 short SMS reminders I can copy and paste to reduce no-shows for the gym also. So now again, you will often have people that don't turn up to your gym sessions or your classes. This could be something that you could set up and integrate, and again, it's giving you an idea and giving you a place to kind of start, obviously potentially the no-shows coming into a gym. And more than likely you have already a WhatsApp group set up with members or some sort of area that you're already set up with it. The next thing, which was content and marketing, we obviously kind of previously just discussed the content and marketing. Data and reporting is another key one. So again, what I'll do is I want you to give me some information on data and information I uploaded to you. So again, in this scenario, we're just role playing. We're just trying to get an idea of how AI can use. And again, you're making it up for the gym industry. So obviously this is where you would have your own information preloaded if you wanted to, or if not, you have a starting point. Now again, here, this is just going to go through potentially the kind of information it would give back to you. And I'm hoping by showing you this that you start to understand how it can implement the very basics of AI, of just using ChatGPT and getting a lot more information that you can work with. And you can see how quickly I've done all this. But if you were doing this on your own, how much time it's going to cost you is the key thing here. So again, it goes through it. It goes through attendance trends, which is obviously important, a membership analysis, seeing how many members you have, what plans you have on, is it worth removing plans, increasing plans, changing things. Again, it gives us a lot of information that you would have to spend time on going out to a marketing expert to try and get the knowledge and the information from them and getting it all broken down. So that's one last one I want to quickly show you is talking about staff management. So again, if you're in the scenario here, you have potentially 3 staff, you're trying to work out who's working and when they're working. So again, I have 3 staff members, including myself. I run 7 different classes per day, and I also need to make sure there's someone within the business between 9 to 5 general working hours. So what I want to do here is break down a 7-day plan for 3 of my staff members, including myself, obviously. You can give them whatever names you want, but all I want to do is making sure that at least everyone has 2 days off throughout the week. So again, with that, it's going to pretty much give us an idea, I think, of potentially how the week will go for people in a class. So obviously I took my own name, Wayne, Sarah and Mark, and here we have the breakdown. We have Wayne doing 9 to 5 plus an evening class. Wayne is flat out. We had early class, Sarah's doing, Mark is doing another evening class. So now, once you have your own timetable and you're wanting to see who has what and where they have, you can easily do this. And obviously, if you wanted to say, look, such and such a person needs a day off, an extra day off, well, then you can implement this and see who can cover what and the best way to do it. Again, just takes away the whole mind numbing of having to actually manually do this yourself. And obviously, I presume what happens is you have it all done and so comes along and says, well, actually, I prefer to get Thursday off, and then you're left trying to having to redo it all again. So this does it much quicker. And now this brings me on to my final, I suppose, stage of this entire video. So the key thing, not key thing, myth busting and mindset. I think a lot of people still focus on this mindset of AI is out there to replace people. AI is going to, by me using AI, is going to take someone's job. This is not true. AI is just going to be there. It's going to be another tool that you can use as your own business. As you're watching this, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how can AI, what it can do? I'm hoping that AI now, you can understand now after watching this, that AI can actually have an impact on your business. It doesn't have to be a major thing as in creating high quality videos and images and stuff like that. It's the very, very basics we have here, which can help your business grow. So one of the key things, obviously, like I mentioned, is AI to replace you. Another one that I see often is everyone is using AI. I'm too late. I'm just going to leave it. Again, it's not true. As I mentioned at the beginning of it, everyone is using AI, but they're more than likely using it the wrong way. By you simply watching this video, you've already probably are up there in a better quality of information that you're getting and the way you're using AI than probably most other people that are using AI. Again, the key here is you need to know exactly how you're using it and the way to use it. I often have the thing, it's people may be scared of it or too complex. Again, I showed you here how simple it is. It is no difference in texting anything and typing anything. You're just getting a reply back. There is no difference in this in Google search. The only probably key significant difference is you're getting actual information based on what you're typing, as opposed to Google scraping from the websites and getting everything. And as I mentioned, it is relatively cheap if you want to upgrade. Comparison, if you were in this scenario like I explained, you had to hire someone to do marketing and help you in marketing. If you're lucky, you're getting them for 12 to 18 euros per hour. And again, what's going to happen is they're only going to give you a small bit of information, and it's not going to be good, I think, in terms of what you need at this moment in time. So this is where AI can step in. So that pretty much leads me to the end. I'm hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments, like and subscribe and all that fancy stuff. If you're interested in joining my own group, I have a link below in the bottom. You can click that, you can join the group. This is where I look to dive more into AI, more into marketing, and obviously the fundamentals, tying them all together and helping everyone grow their own business. If you're only interested in building something online, you haven't got your own business yet, again, it's going to be key, because now you're going to integrate AI, follow the fundamentals of marketing, and eventually grow your business up. So look, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much for taking the time and watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.